What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kid Was coming at you back again with another video, ready to kick off 2019. Right, you know, this year it's our year, man. We're gonna grind, we're gonna get to the top, bro. By the end of this video, man, if you liked it, make sure to leave a thumbs up, make sure to drop some down in the comments, make sure to subscribe if you're new, join the crew. You already know what to do. Let's get into this gang. Now, we love to all compare NBA players. It's probably the funnest part of being a fan of basketball. We all each have our own opinions. Whether you agree or not is a different story. And in my honest opinion, LeBron James is the greatest talent and most valuable athlete in NBA history, and arguably of all time. Throughout his historic career, LeBron has hit multiple milestones that had never been reached before and has lived up to all the hype and then some. As his career is nearing its last legs, I wanted to recap why I believe LeBron is the most talented and valuable player of all time. Without further ado, let's get into this. Now, heading into the 2003 NBA draft, there were several stars held to high regards. Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Kirk Hinrich. Those are just a few that I could name drop off the top of my head. But without a doubt, LeBron was the most hyped up player of that draft and arguably the most hyped up player of all time. He was expected to lead his team to the playoffs, the finals, and eventually the championship. LeBron got so much hype to be great, and the expectations for LeBron's career have been almost unfair. But LeBron has lived up to all those expectations and has, to a certain extent, surpassed those expectations. He was expected to win MVP earlier on. He was expected to win multiple championships. He was expected to be the best player in the league for a long period of time. None of these things were filled by LeBron. He did what everyone expected of him and then some, and that's one hell of an accomplishment. When you look at the things that are put against LeBron, it's unbelievably unfair. So because he's in 3-6 in the finals, he's not better than MJ. Case closed. Even though he faced harder competition in the finals than MJ and dominated his competition on the route to the finals, he still is flawed in his record, and MJ isn't, so MJ is better. Because he switched teams to get a better situation for himself, he should not be put on the same level as Jordan because he left to go get help. Even though LeBron was given terrible talent throughout the first 7 years, it sustained on his career for making a better situation for himself to win. The guy's expectations and unfair golden standards are somewhat overwhelming when looking at any other player in the league's history. But LeBron has done all of this and has done more than this. I think that if LeBron wins MVP this season at 34 and leads the Lakers to 49 and 55 wins while putting up stats of 28 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 6 assists per games, bro, it's over. He's the GOAT, at least for me. And if LeBron leads his team to the Western Conference Finals, if not the finals and the championship, I don't think there's really an argument against his case for the GOAT. All I'm saying is that LeBron James' consistency is something special. For this man to be the best player in the game in a 10-year span is actually mind-blowing. And when you look at the competition, he has been classified as the best player in the world. Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, James Harden. But I could keep on going. All I'm saying is that LeBron is still the best player in the world at damn near 34 years old and is entering his 16th season. Most players don't even make it up to 16 seasons. He's still hands down the best player in the league today and doesn't even look like he's falling off that much besides his defensive ability. Name a player who has been considered the best player in the game ever since 24 years old to 34 years old. Go. The only player that I could think of is maybe MJ, but he was still facing competition in Magic Johnson and Larry Bird in their primes. So I think it's easy to say that LeBron is the only player in NBA history to have those remarks. And the crazy part is, he doesn't look like he's slowing down. As most have him winning the 2019 MVP with a race full of young and historically great talent at 34 years old. And it's not just him being consistently dominant. His prime is also arguably the greatest prime we've ever seen. When looking at the 2009 to 2014 span, we see LeBron averaging a simply ridiculous 27 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and 7 assists per game, shooting 52% from the field, 35% from the three-point line, and a 76% free throw shooting. Find another player that has done that in the NBA throughout a 6-year span, and he did this while leading his team to an average win record of about 61 wins. Looking at the stats without the wins, you can say that only a few other players have done this in a 6-year stretch: Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, and Oscar Robertson. But there are a few holes in each player's cases. For MJ, his stats were not as versatile as LeBron's. IMO with KD, he averaged a mere 5 assists per game in his prime and wasn't as efficient as LeBron overall when you look at it. And Oscar played in the 60s where stats were inflated and that three-pointer wasn't even around. And then with the wins, MJ was not leading his team to nearly the same amount of wins as LeBron. So what LeBron did in his absolute prime while maintaining his dominance is historically unmatched. When putting all of these circumstances together, you can see that LeBron has a very great case for being the most dominant player in NBA history. And being dominant doesn't just mean on-court dominance, even though LeBron's stature and skill sets make him one of the most unguardable players ever. It means how you dominate your talent on a night-to-night basis, and to me, LeBron is number one in that description amongst everyone else. LeBron's genes are easily the greatest genes of all time in NBA history. He is 250 pounds of muscle. Close your eyes and think about this. Think about trying to guard that. Then imagine that same guy being one of the fastest players in NBA history. Think about guarding that man. Then think of that same guy being 6'8". Open your eyes. What do you see? You see LeBron James. LeBron has bullied his competition ever since his appearance in the Cavs jersey in 2003. His simply godlike combination of skills is largely due to his perfect body. No homo. The man is one of the strongest and most built players in NBA history, who could handle the ball like a guard and has the speed that elite and quick point guards have. LeBron is also arguably the most versatile player in NBA history. He's one of the greatest dunkers of all time, a great shooter, a great defender, nearly won Defensive Player of the Year in 2003, a great passer, a great rebounder, a great scorer, a great everything. The only aspect of this game that could improve is his free throw shooting, but outside of that, he excels in every other category. And age hasn't slowed this man down. As a matter of fact, he's almost increased his physical dominance through the years. The Miami Heat version of LeBron is without a doubt the most formidable version of LeBron, and he was easily the best athlete in the game and arguably in the world. And while he has lost a little bit of explosiveness, we still see glimpses of what we see daily in the years like 2012 to 2014. The only player that I think has a good case for being a better athlete than LeBron is Wilt Chamberlain, who was pretty much LeBron but stronger, not as fast though, and he was 7'1". To me, Wilt is a better athlete, but LeBron is definitely not far behind. In fact, these two can easily make anyone's list of the best greatest athletes in sports history, if not everyone's top 5. They both are superhumans that had every aspect to be unguardable, and they both were. Who the better athlete is another debate for another day. Let me know if y'all want to see a video on that, man. LeBron's leadership roles have been tremendously overwhelming at some points in his career. However, he has never truly felt as a leader in any given season. The team looks up to him more than anyone else combined, and he delivers and makes sure he gets the job done, whether by setting his teammates up for open shots or just doing the work himself. The only time I can say he really didn't step up as the leader of the team was in the 2011 meltdown. But outside of that, LeBron has been much more than just a great leader. He led the city of Cleveland from a team with no expectations to a team with a championship. To a certain extent, he led the whole NBA and has become a face of the NBA and a role model to any and many. And his basketball IQ is also supreme. His motto throughout his career has been that makes the smart team play. Some have used this against LeBron in late game situations, calling him a pussy for not taking the last shot. He's been the only superstar that has been criticized for having teammates take the last shots. Let's disregard the 2 game winners in the finals that Jordan's teammates made. Let's disregard Kareem and Magic getting saved by James Worthy in 1988. Let's disregard Robert Horry's game winners for Kobe, Shaq, and Duncan. But none of them get bashed for being unclutch. LeBron has standards that are unfair. He's without a doubt the most scrutinized athlete in sports history and gets way too much shit for whatever he does every day. He does the right play. He can literally pick and choose his stat line and then do exactly that. If he wanted, let's say, a 32-point triple-double with 14 assists and 11 rebounds, he could do it on a consistent basis. LeBron could literally customize his own stat line, and that makes it true. The situations LeBron has been in throughout his career are unbelievably overwhelming. LeBron is a revolutionary player. He changed the game forever. Never again will there be another LeBron. His impact to the league as a whole is simply unmatched. He's looking to lead the young Lakers to the playoffs and get them experience for 2019. He could very well win MVP and is the heavy favorite in most people's opinions. Throughout his career, LeBron has faced a lot of unfortunate situations. He's had to play the greatest team in NBA history, arguably sports history, 4 straight years in the finals. His hype entering the league and the double standards he faced with has been unbelievably overwhelming. But LeBron did what LeBron does best. Shut up the critics, get paid, and do work on the court. It's your boy Kill Walls coming at you with another video. You already know 2019, we're grinding every day. The grind doesn't stop. Probably gonna put out a video like 4 times a week. But if you're new, make sure to subscribe. If you like this, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. You already know what to do. It's your boy Kill Walls. If you're new, join the War Crew. You already know what to do. Kill Walls, we out.